everybody. Welcome to Blue Collar Whiskey Drinkers. I'm Robbie.
And I'm Cody.
Tonight is our guest episode, and we call it What's Your Whiskey? And tonight we got my good friend Collin on. Say hi, Collin.
Hi, everybody.
So, why don't you tell them a little bit about yourself and where you're from?
Yeah, so my name's Collin Hemingway. Live in Pea Ridge, Arkansas, right down the street from Robbie. Got to meet Cody once, hopefully again here soon. And today we're going to be doing Woodford Reserve Double Oaked. So I chose Woodford Reserve because it's a whiskey I've always liked. I've always thought it was really good, and I think the three of us have not had the Double Oaked before.
No, I haven't.
So really look forward to trying this one in our cocktails and reviewing it for all you guys to see.
Yeah. So to show you guys what the bottle looks like here. I got a lot of reflective background.
So Woodford Reserve Double Oaked. So
So Cody, you want to go into the notes on this?
Yeah, sure. So Woodford Reserve Double Oaked is basically it's Woodford Reserve, the original. The only difference is the aging process is a little different. So Woodford Reserve is aged for 7 years, and then they age it a second time in a charred oak barrel for about a year. So in total, it's about 8 years it's aged. No, but it's 90.4 proof. So it's a real dark. So if you look at it's got that real dark hint to it. So
it's definitely that dark amber look, like they say in their note, like tasting notes and the smell notes. So basically, so you guys know what we're going to be experiencing kind of on the nose is a little fruit, little caramel, little I guess sharp of honey and chocolate with a little bit toasted oak and the marzipan. So which is a fancy word of saying honey pretty much. And
so I got a quick question. So is this the most aged whiskey you guys have done yet?
No, I don't think so. Let's see.
I think actually Jefferson was
okay. Yeah, that's a good one.
Legent was close, 7 years.
And so this one's 8.
Yeah.
Yeah, Legent was 5 to 7.
Yeah, 5 to 7.
The 1792, which we haven't even released that one. That one was aged 8. Jefferson Reserve 8 to 18. Remember that?
Yeah, I know. It was a vast range because they're blended whiskeys. So it's like that one was multiple different whiskeys kind of blended together. So what question for you guys? What did you end up spending for this bottle? I ended up spending $39.99, and then obviously a few extra dollars for tax, so about 43 altogether with tax and everything.
Yes.
You guys ending on?
So I went around. I told you this the other day. I went around looking for the best price.
Yeah.
Everywhere I came across was $57.99, $55.99. The cheapest I did see was $53.99, but it was only $1 off from my local store. So I was like, screw it. I'm going to buy it from my local guy because he had it at $54.99. And
very nice.
I went to a lot of different liquor stores around here, and they're all probably within $5 off of each other kind of thing. But I was hoping to at least find one maybe around 50, a little bit cheaper.
That's a big range. That's $50 more.
I feel like the ranges that Robbie and I were talking earlier, the ranges for the whiskeys between here and where you're at have been pretty vast.
Pretty well with some were pretty close, but some have been a little bit more. For you, I think there was only one whiskey that was actually cheaper for you so far.
Yeah, and it was the cheapest whiskey.
Right.
So
reliable.
But
So that's interesting. So it's cheaper in California than it is in Arkansas.
and I think it may have to do with the sales tax. So
Yeah, availability
or the alcohol sales tax anyway, not the sales tax, because they tax extra for alcohol out here.
So for me, this one would be in the same class as Legent.
Yes,
category.
and
For
honestly,
you, it's like a little bit more.
Well, and I was going to ask you about that. I think we need to just average out the price, and it's still going to be in the same price range, because
It's
if
the
you're
same
buying, yeah,
it's the same.
if you're buying in Arkansas, it's going to be outside, but I'm sure everywhere else it's probably going to be.
Yeah, the percentages of the whiskey is not that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so the proof. So, how was everybody's day? What did you guys
Oh man, no, it was busy.
Yeah.
Busy.
It's been a week.
It's been a long week.
I
don't know what about this week. Maybe just leading up to this episode, it felt like it dragged and dragged.
I think that's what it was. I was like, Robbie told me that this was going to be my episode. I was going to be on here, and like all week, I was like thinking about stuff to say. And I was like, God,
oh
man,
man,
act like a dumbass on here. And so now we're here, and I'm excited.
Yeah, I was honestly the same way, because I was excited to have a guest on. So I was like, you know, I guess it was because I was looking forward to this episode. We didn't do an episode last week, and the 2 prior weeks we had our last 2 whiskeys, Evan Williams, Old Granddad, and those were just so mediocre.
Yeah.
So I'm really hoping Woodford Reserve Double Oaked comes through for us with another good whiskey.
It's going to be good. I can.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a good one.
The bottle's just so iconic.
Yeah.
Good.
Definitely.
It is.
It's the bottle you see up on the top shelf of a bar, and you're like, oh man, I want that.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's a nice looking bottle.
So
I like the shorter bottle that they have with this one. It's like a shorter, stubbier. It's kind of cool.
So they have it right next to all the other Woodford Reserves at almost every liquor store, and I kept passing over. I was like, where the hell is Woodford Reserve Double Oaked? And I would just pass over because I'd see Woodford and I'd just like skim over it, because it just drops down a little bit. So it wasn't in my line of sight. I was like, what the hell? They don't have that? Then it's like a minute later, I'm like, oh, it's right there in front of my face. So
yeah.
All right. Well, are you ready to
man.
Try this?
I'm so excited. How about you, Collin? You excited?
Oh man,
Collin, you are the first one who gets to open this bottle for me. So
he's got to open it for you now, Robbie.
Yep.
I guess that's the guest thing to do, huh?
Yeah, it's his bottle, so you might
as well do this.
You got to be a man about it.
Yeah, come on, man.
Might as well be a man.
Well, just like
open your own bottle of whiskey. Be a man.
It's got a nice cork.
Okay, we're running behind here because I can't get this thing open. Probably open it real quick and then give it back to me. Sorcery.
No, it's right here, Collin.
See, that's why they pay you the big bucks. So I keep my bodyguard around.
So I poured an ounce in my glass. Let that sit for a little moment.
Nice.
Nice. There's a nice pop.
That was a nice pop. Let me smell it.
Yeah,
quick.
Give her a good.
Ooh.
Of course, it's got that iconic Woodford
Here, I'll
smell.
let you pour yours real quick.
Yeah.
So remember, everybody, whenever we do it neat, we try it just how it is, and then after a couple sips, we'll go to the water droplets.
Yeah, the water droplets really do add another sense to it. It almost gives it more smell sometimes. It even changes the taste a little bit. It really enhances some of the flavors. It's pretty cool to do. To do it neat first and then actually see the difference.
Yes,
It's
I
pretty cool
agree.
to do.
Have you done that? Have I done that with you?
Mhm.
Okay, I couldn't remember.
Yeah, just smelling it right now. I've always thought Woodford it was a little stronger on the nose,
Oh yeah,
but
it's got
then
that.
oh yeah,
alcohol
you know you're
burn.
drinking whiskey whenever you smell Woodford, but I feel like the taste does not resemble that. I always feel like it's always so good.
Honestly, the smell is exactly for like if I just smelled it, I would picture a dark whiskey. All right, so we've let it breathe a little bit. So hey, cheers.
Cheers.
Wow.
Get a lot of caramel.
Yeah.
A lot of caramel. I get the nice dark fruit, I think it is. Maybe.
Yeah, they did say dark fruit and what a little bit of apple
Yeah. The
with,
apple.
and spices.
Taste the apple in there.
What else? Yeah, a little vanilla, hazelnut. Maybe the hazelnut, what I'm tasting.
Yeah, it says you might get a little bit of on the nose, some chocolate aroma.
Yeah. Honestly, I
don't
I enjoy it.
I don't really smell the chocolate.
Yeah.
But
Did they
yeah,
say
no, I enjoy it. It's not harsh, not at all.
no? Like I
Oh.
said earlier, I mean, the Woodford I always feel like the nose is always harsher than what the actual taste is. That double oak's pretty good.
Has a nice finish, nice sweet finish at the end. I get the charred oak at the end too. A little bit of that charred oak.
I can definitely tell a difference between the double oaked and then the regular Woodford.
Oh, definitely,
Yeah.
definitely.
All right. So now I just added water. I'll wait till you guys get that.
Yeah.
Honestly, that was really good.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that.
Now you get the chocolate smell.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, for
Oh
sure.
yeah. That's nice. That's like,
All
dude.
right. Damn.
That's like Forrester.
Yeah.
Exactly. We didn't get the chocolate smell till we did the water droplets.
Okay.
I get a little more of the taste of the chocolate as well.
Yeah. Son of a bitch.
Right off the bat too.
Yeah.
It's
Wow.
Instant.
I
like it too how
wow.
Woodford, at least even from whenever we were drinking it neat, it doesn't burn very much, you know, in your mouth or going down. It's smooth and you just get all those flavors.
Yeah.
This is a great whiskey. I like it even better with the droplets. For sure.
I'll say this for $40 in California, I think this is a steal.
Oh, for sure.
For sure, dude.
Because I would be willing to pay this for the 54. It's very comparable to me to the Uncle Nearest, which is the same price out here. And I would buy this again too. Like at the price I pay,
I would buy this over Uncle Nearest any day.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Well, we gotta wait to see. We gotta wait to see.
Very excited to see this.
I like Uncle Nearest a lot too, but dude, this flavors, it's got some good flavors.
It has good flavors. I will say that.
So one of my first experiences with Woodford was at a office party, and I had a boss who we were at the bar, and I ordered like a Jack and Coke, and he looked at me and he said, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "I'm getting a drink." And he goes, "What'd you order?" And I said, "I just got a Jack and Coke." He goes, "You need a Woodford Old Fashioned." We were at Cannibal and Craft there at Fayetteville. And so that was my first time having Woodford, and it was in the Old Fashioned.
Very nice.
It just changed my perspective of whiskeys just because
the Woodford we've had at your house in an Old Fashioned has always been up there as one of the top Old Fashions we've made.
That and Four Roses.
Yeah, Four Roses. For Cody and I, the High West American Prairie is phenomenal.
Yeah, so far it's been.
And then I would like to redo Legent and see how that is.
Yeah, we'll do that again.
So we should try to do that in Utah.
Oh man, I was
got a
talking to
bottle.
I was talking to Dylan earlier. I could not be more excited for that Utah trip.
Yeah, I'm excited for that.
Yeah, I'm excited. Very excited, guys. Have you set up the like reservations and everything for the
Not yet.
High West?
Got to do it 1 month out.
1 month out? Okay.
Yeah, so they told me to call back at the end of June.
Okay.
So, because I talked to her in March, end of March, beginning of April, and she was like, "Yeah, call back in June."
Okay.
Um,
That was a nice whiskey. Thanks for bringing or saying Woodford.
yeah,
And then choosing the double oak. I was
Yeah.
hoping you would choose the double oak. I was
I
like,
know
come on.
I'm glad we went with the double oak. I was gonna choose the regular Woodford just because I feel like that's like the every man's drink.
yeah,
It's
Yeah.
just like the classic Woodford. But I think the double oak throws a good twist on it and could maybe give somebody who hasn't tried it yet that perspective of, hey, maybe I should try this.
yeah. And man,
I could
I
see
keep
myself
going back.
drinking this like
Yeah,
at a barbecue and or like
Oh, yeah.
a campfire barbecue kind of.
Oh yeah, I was just about to say
situation.
this whiskey really needs like a fire pit in front of you.
Yeah, campfire.
And
It's a campfire whiskey.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I know I keep going back to the price, but hey, everybody, this is a great even gift whiskey, especially in Arkansas or in California. $40, just get a lot of flavor. The smell's good, and the bottle looks cool to me. I do like the bottle.
Yeah.
If I was gonna rate the bottle, I would rate it up there
Be curious.
decently high.
Be curious to see prices of other states.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
we should see an average. I'm sure there's an average online. It's probably like in the 45 range, I'm guessing.
yeah,
Which still for what you're getting, I feel like is pretty awesome.
No, definitely. I mean, for sure. This is a nice little thing to keep up in my cabinet, I think. For sure. I think I will. I'll have that hanging around.
yeah. This is good pick, Collin. I'm glad you went with it. This
Yeah.
is I like the original. Honestly,
Oh,
it's
yeah,
been over
for sure.
since
Original's
since
great.
your house, since I've had the normal Woodford. But this one here is
What is the price difference between the double oaked and the regular Woodford?
Norton regular Woodford. What it was like 30, somewhere in the 30
It's
range.
about
Okay.
25 to 30, yeah.
Yeah,
So for us here, it'd be a $20 price difference.
yeah. It was a $20 price difference. I think it was like $34.99.
Gotcha.
Because I even looked at the rye. So the rye threw me off for a second. I thought it was the double oak for some reason. At one liquor store, I was like, "Oh shit, $34.99." I'm gonna grab, and I grabbed it, and I was like, I looked, I was like, "This isn't it."
I want to try
I feel like
that rye one too.
Yeah, I was just about to say, I feel like the Woodford Rye would make a mean old fashioned.
Oh,
Yes.
Of course, I'm a big
Yeah.
rye whiskey guy in my old fashioned.
Yeah, I love rye.
Yeah, ryes are great.
So
But bourbons are good too, man. We found that bourbons are really
yeah. Oh, and heck, we've even had a couple Irish whiskeys that make a good old fashioned.
Oh yeah, Teeling
Yeah.
was good. Teeling was
Yeah, Teeling was really good. Which one? Lambay.
Did we? I don't think we made old fashions with
I thought we
Lambay.
did Lambay.
I think we just drank that in the night.
We did. Okay, so then
we
it
did
had it been proper 12 then.
I did look. I was in Guess Who where I got that bottle for you for your birthday, trying to find that Lambay because I want another bottle of it.
Well, you said you got it at Macadoodles.
I got it. Yeah, Guess Who Macadoodles.
Oh,
Same thing.
I haven't seen it at Guess Who.
Yeah. I want to get another bottle of it.
Yeah, I
but
wanna get another bottle.
we made the proper 12 old fashioned. That was pretty good too.
Yeah, the proper 12. So
We've had a
proper
lot of
12
good old
makes sense.
fashions. I haven't been an old fashioned I haven't liked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Wow.
and
Well, we did.
Yeah.
we did.
what was
Last
it? Evan
episode.
Williams?
Oh,
Evan Williams was
Granddad.
bad. They both were, but Evan Williams was worse.
Evan Williams is worse. Evan
Um,
Williams is a Coke one, for sure.
Yeah.
Oh,
no
yeah.
doubt about
well,
it.
even old granddad was a Coke.
Yeah, I mean,
So,
at the
Robbie,
end, overall, old granddad was still a little bit better, but not by much.
yeah.
Robbie let me try those two whiskeys, and they were unique in their own ways. So
To
I mean,
say the least.
Yeah, I mean, for the price though, I mean, mediocre, middle of the road kind of whiskeys for sure.
Yeah. So, well, I forgot to mention at the beginning of the episode. So tonight, guys, we are doing 4 different types like normal, reviewing it on a 1 through 5.
Yep.
But we start out with neat, and tonight we're going to go straight into old fashioned after neat. And then we're going to go to on the rocks, and then we're going to finish out with it's called porch swing, and it's a peach tea with whiskey. So
and it's how Woodford advertises it on their website.
Yeah,
it's one of Woodford's drinks that they promote.
And we did let Collin pick that off the website. I sent him the link to the cocktails on the website, and it was kind of funny because that was my first pick, and then I sent that to Collin, and he sent it back saying sent porch swing back, and I was like, sweet, porch swing.
Well, I was just thinking, I mean, they had like on their web, they advertise, you can mix it with like 7-Up and stuff like that, and that's usually my go-to with whiskeys. Like my favorite drink is a Jameson 7-Up. Yeah, but I was trying to think of something different that somebody could drink like on the river or like just sitting outside. And we're getting into summer.
Nice summer day.
Yeah, and everybody likes a good cocktail on a nice summer day.
Yeah.
So I agree with that.
That was a good choice. I was second to that one. I did like what was it, the raspberry?
Yeah.
There's like a raspberry one. I was like, that'd be good around a fire. But again, it's summertime, people. So
I looked at the raspberry one, and it seemed more of like a cocktail. Like it didn't seem as refreshing.
Yeah.
As the peach or the porch swing.
That's like more like a dessert.
Yeah.
Kind of whiskey.
That's like you just had a big ass
Although
ribeye.
it had more alcohol, if you notice, like it had more alcohol in it.
Yeah.
Than the porch swing. But that's because it's probably a summer drink,
Yep.
Yeah.
So, all right. So, and on our guest episodes, everybody, the guest gets to go first on how they would rate this whiskey.
Yeah.
So I'm going to actually write down mine, but you can't look. So
we're going to 5, right?
Yes, sir. You could write it down in your score if you want.
Where do I write it down at?
Just so you got the neat box right there.
Where?
It says neat.
Oh, all right.
Sorry, guys. Collin doesn't know how to read.
It's been a long week.
These notebooks are kind of small too. Everybody.
They are small. So we'll show you kind of what they look like real quick.
Yeah.
They're just
really read it, but it's just
that doesn't
small.
help. Yeah, it's just small lettering, but they work for us because we could go back and look at everything we've done. So
yeah.
All right. So we've had it neat, and we've had a couple dashes of water in it.
Yes.
I don't want my beginningness to think that I'm trying to overshoot this. And I know we've got a long road ahead of us with different stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm going to rate this one as a 4.
Okay.
Wow. I thought you'd be a little higher than that.
So did I. I really did.
Yeah. I feel like a 4. It's a solid 4. I feel like a 4
okay.
should be like, hey, that's a good enough to go get some to somebody.
Yeah, no, I really enjoyed it. I thought it was really good, neat. And then with the water droplets, having that chocolate smell that came through, and even right when you first sip of it, you got that chocolate too as you sipped it. I gave it a 4.2. I thought it was solid. I really enjoyed it. So that was my score.
4.2 solid.
Yeah. So I'm at a 4.2 as well on this one.
You guys are twins.
It just was
every podcast I've listened to you guys are spot on.
Yeah, it was just smooth. Had a good flavor. I liked all the flavors because you just didn't pinpoint on one. Like we got chocolate, we got a little bit of caramel.
I definitely like the apple notes.
I even picked up a little bit of hazelnut before we added the water droplets.
I didn't get that, but
it was on the finish, which was weird because I don't think they mentioned hazelnut on the finish.
The charred oak on the finish. I got that.
I got that too. It was like hazelnut with charred oak for me. but it was very subtle. It wasn't like something that I could, wasn't major. It was just there. So yeah, 4.2. I don't disagree with the 4.0. I may be a little giddy and a little happy after.
I keep thinking about this old fashioned, and I don't want the need to downplay the old fashioned.
Well, we'll see.
Well, I mean, the neat is its own rating in itself, but
Sure.
I mean, it will play effect overall when we rate all the combined drinks together. It'll play a factor, but as it should, right? I mean, everybody drinks their whiskey different, and like we were talking about last episode, depending on where they're at a bar, they're at their friend's house, they're by themselves, whatever. So this is exactly why we do all these different ways.
Yeah. So yeah, exactly what Cody said. It's no offense, but it's not off of being better than the old fashioned or even the same level. It's just on meat or on the rocks. For that.
But there is ways we would rather drink it, right? I mean,
yes.
Like maybe we would rather have that neat, or we'd rather make it with old fashions, like the other old Granddad and Old Forester. I wouldn't even waste my time making an old fashioned ever. Ever again. Like I'm never gonna waste my simple syrup. I'm never gonna waste an orange. I'm never gonna. Exactly. A Coke and a 7-Up or something like that. That's about all I'll waste on that.
I agree with that.
Hey, there's no such thing as wasting. We'll just keep out of the way.
Well, not wasting. Drinking responsibly, everybody.
Sure.
So, alrighty, we got our neat rated. Collin is at a 4.0. Cody and I are both at a 4.2 solid, which 4.0, 4.2 is
pretty close.
Pretty close. So they're, we're not far off from each other right now. I'm excited for the old fashioned. I've kind of been waiting on an old fashioned all night. So
let's go jump into the old fashioned.
All right, everybody. We'll be right back.
All right, welcome back to Blue Collar Whiskey Drinkers. Going to bring us back with a little joke. All right, Robbie.
Okay.
What was Forrest Gump's Facebook password?
What?
One Forrest one.
One Forrest run.
Yeah, one Forrest one. I want to say run so bad.
I know, right?
One Forrest run.
Yep.
Thanks for that.
You're welcome.
I know. I wanted to say run.
So, all right, everybody. So, welcome back to Blue Collar Whiskey Drinkers.
You can edit that out. It's fine.
No, we're going to keep it. We just got done making up our old fashions, which something Collin and I pointed out. It is a really dark old fashioned. I really dig it.
I got a little bit of frothy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's got that dark bourbon.
Yes.
Charred oak.
So
we had some good flames on ours. I burnt my fingertips on my finger.
Got some partying in the background.
Oh yeah.
Oh, do we? Sorry.
A little bit. It's cool.
I think they're playing poker or some shit. So
gambling.
They're gambling. So, alrighty. Well, honestly, we've been waiting long enough for this old fashioned. So, cheers, guys. Cheers.
Yeah,
cheers, Cody.
Cheers, Collin and Robbie.
Oh my God.
It's just how I imagined it in my dreams.
The finish on that's really good.
Oh my God.
Robbie, your expressions are always, oh my God. Oh my God.
Wow.
I already drank mine.
Dude, it's solid. It's the finish on the end there.
I really get the chocolate now.
Yeah, I get a little chocolate.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Wow.
It's hard to beat that.
Even the smell. I know we get a citrus smell, but due to the flame and all.
Something about Woodford and old fashions, just they go good together.
They do.
I think so. Yeah.
Wow.
I've had the original and it's good. For sure. Old fashioned.
So
we made ours the exact same, correct?
Yeah. Yeah, everything's
so
the same.
Yeah, that's fresh simple syrup today that I use. So made it a couple hours ago.
Yummy. Yeah, mine stayed in the fridge this time.
Oh, did it?
Yeah, I didn't
They
leave it out. It's been hot here, man. On and
Yeah.
off hot. Some days it's like 70, perfect. And then a couple days we get like this weird 90 heat wave. So
gosh.
like, yeah, I just keep it in the fridge now. So I'm wearing my buddy's Chubby Cheeks.
Yeah,
Chubby
nice.
Cheeks Meadery in Temecula, California. But so Jared, he owns Chubby Cheeks Meadery, and they started about a little bit over a year ago. So I wanted to wear his shirt. I'll show the back. Maybe you guys can see the back. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah,
That is pretty cool.
But yeah, I would love to have Jared on the show. I know I've talked about it before, but definitely wanted to kind of do like a shout out to him, show his shirt. And,
Yeah.
if you like mead, check them out. They produce some awesome meads. I mean, solid.
So are they only local based to Temecula,
Yeah,
California
right now.
area?
Yeah, right.
Okay.
Now. But you know, they might ship. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not sure because I know mead some has to be cold, stay cold, depending on the mead. I think so. Not all meads have to be cold, so you
Yeah.
might be able to ship them pretty easily. Yeah.
I wouldn't.
Have you had a lot of meads?
No.
That's one thing that I think I'd like to try. It's
Okay.
a good mead.
There's some phenomenal mead.
Whenever Emily and I were talking about going to Ireland for our honeymoon, her aunt got us a bottle of mead for Christmas,
Yeah.
and it was really good. I never seek it out because I don't think I know enough about it.
Yeah. I don't know anything really about meads at all. So
They're
that's
great. I mean,
that's something foreign to me.
the girls would love them.
So where are meads originated from?
It's
Like-
like Vikings.
Yeah.
Oh, is it?
Vikings
It's like
used to
isn't
drink-
it the oldest drink?
Yeah, I believe so. It's one of them. Yeah, because it's like wine, but it's made with honey. They
Yeah.
use honey as instead.
Then
of
I would like it.
grapes. It's and he's made so many different kinds. I mean, it's pretty phenomenal. All the different
So
flavors that he's kind of came out with over the last year. It's pretty cool. I really like what he's doing there.
so meads have to stay cool?
Not all of them, I don't think. all
Oh,
of
okay.
them.
Just
Yeah.
certain ones.
Certain ones, I think certain ingredients that he might put in there. Maybe I would. This is a better question for Jared.
Yeah, you know what? I'll save those questions for him.
Yeah,
But
for sure.
I'd be curious if he could be able to send any out to Arkansas. That'd be cool to
That
see
would
if
be,
our
yeah.
local store could grab any from him.
Michaela would love it. I'm gonna tell you right now.
You know what? I think we've had a mead before, and she did like it. She had a mead. I didn't have it. So
Jared's mead, Chubby Cheeks mead for sure.
he's been posting a lot though on
Oh, yeah.
Instagram. I've been noticing lately. So that
Yeah, everybody go follow them on Instagram, Chubby Cheeks Meadery. They're check them out. Really cool stuff they're producing. If you're local in California, seriously, go spend a weekend. Go have a drive down to Temecula. Don't just go to the wine country. Go have some mead too. Check it out. Seriously.
No, Temecula's pretty spread out, so there's a lot of things to do there. So
Yeah,
you could go to Old Town, you could head to the casino, you could.
yeah. It's not far from Old Town.
Yeah.
Temecula. So
Oh, nice.
a little bit further down to the industrial. Not too far. So it's
Do you know if Mad Madeline's is still there in the Old Town?
not sure. I don't go
Did you
down
ever?
to like Old Town?
Oh, okay.
I used to when I was younger. I used to go down there and bar hop. But,
Oh, come on, Cody, you're still young.
yeah.
Young and spry.
But no, Old Town's cool down there in Temecula for sure.
I'll tell you what, though, I could drink about 7 of these old fashions and be completely fine with it.
Yeah, I would be
This is
okay.
Man, this is a good one, guys.
It's
It
an easy
really
drinker.
is. I'm
It's,
digging it.
I'm
What do you
already
think?
done. I mean, it's got.
Oh, I got just a little bit more, a couple drinks.
I feel like it's very easy to drink.
Oh, yeah.
My wife likes whiskey and she likes old fashions. And
Well-
her favorite old fashions are Four Roses and Woodford.
We'll have to ask them when we come back, everybody. Once we give you the scores and we go to make our next drink, we did make. So my mom's out visiting from California, and Colin's wife Emily is here, so we'll ask them. We made them some old fashions and see what they thought as far as this old fashioned goes. Honestly, I'm going to lead us off this time for the scoring, and this is a solid old fashioned. I'm going with a 4.4. It could be slightly higher, but that's the only. I don't think it's better than the High West, but it's up there. It's pretty damn close to the High West one, and then honestly, even pretty close to the Legent.
What was the High West? 4.5?
I think 4.6, I believe.
I think this is.
It's really good.
Yeah, no, I did a 4.7, and we settled on a 4.6. Yeah, so honestly, 4.4.
Yeah.
Going up to that 4.6 range, I wouldn't. It's right there with it. It's pretty damn close.
Stick with your guns, man. You said
Yeah,
4.4.
yeah, I'm sticking with
Now,
it.
did I have an old fashioned with the American Prairie?
Remember what happened?
It broke.
Oh,
So
the infamous.
I don't know
day we will not
if we
talk
told you guys.
Yeah, we did.
Okay,
We
okay.
went over the
So
story.
Bad day. Bad day.
Bad day. Shaker broken.
it was depressing.
He had a glass shaker, which I don't know why, but
My sister gave it to me, so I used it.
Cody,
Thanks,
what do you think?
Pryor.
I'm gonna go ahead and Collin, you go last time on this one. I'm gonna go ahead and say a 4.5. I think it's right up there, right with Legent. I think it's right on that same maybe even better. Definitely, I think it's better than Legent just by a smidge.
Yeah,
I actually want to redo Legent because that one.
Yeah, we had a mishap.
We had a mishap on that, but
We'll redo Legent.
I think this is better than that one for sure. So it's right on the heels of the Prairie. Maybe it's right there. I don't know. Maybe it's a little close. Maybe it's close, but I'm gonna go ahead.
Holy crap!
4.5.
Yeah, we gave it a 4.6 on Legent.
Did we?
Yeah.
I thought it was a 4.5. Let me look.
You gave it a 4.5, right? Yeah, old fashioned 4.5. I gave it a 4.6. So that's before we started really lining up together. But yeah, I gave it a 4.6.
Wow, you were higher than me.
I honestly, I would.
Dude.
4.5.
That's where I'm at.
I think that's where it's at overall for between all of us.
Well, Collin hasn't said anything yet.
Oh, have you not? I thought you did.
No,
yeah, brother.
Okay.
Just talk
Sorry.
over him.
Just-
I'm sorry.
That's our relationship.
Whatever. I'll always talk to you, and you're like, "What did you say?
I know.
You're breathing
Not
still."
paying attention.
I'm just in my own world. I'm a tumbleweed. But I'm right there with Cody. I gave it a 4.5. Big jump from my neat, but I feel like
It's worth it.
I think the old fashioned it's not only the first time I had Woodford was in an old fashioned, but it's also old fashioned's my favorite drink, and I think it's a solid drink.
So comparing, I know it's different categories, but comparing this old fashioned to that old fashioned.
The Double Oak's pretty good. You get a lot more chocolatey, a lot more malty. It brings and something about that citrus in the old fashioned just brings out some more flavors that my palate isn't good enough to actually say what they are.
Same here.
All I know is that they're there and I like it. So
Yeah, I'm with you there. I could pick out a couple. And
if you gave me an old fashioned of the old one, not the old one, but the regular Woodford and the Double Oaked, you would definitely be able to tell which one they are because I mean the two whiskeys are drastically different, even though they're
it's crazy because it's only aged another year in a different barrel. It's a drastic change, everybody. It's pretty cool.
But the old fashioned has just been phenomenal. Yeah, 4.5 for sure.
Definitely.
Right. Nice. I like that. It's solid whiskey. So
It is. I'm digging this whiskey. Gosh, this is going to be It's leading up to be one of our higher whiskeys. It's going to be right there with High West and Legent,
Oh yeah,
which they're all in the
Might
same
beat 'em.
category.
Might beat him, man.
Yeah,
Which I feel like that's a pretty good category to be in.
yeah, it is.
It's a solid category. That whole category so far has been solid whiskeys.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Jefferson was a little. It was still solid, but a little on the lower side.
But
Yeah.
I mean, you can't deny Legent about how good they are.
No,
I mean,
Legent.
they've got a good history behind them, and just the story of the whiskey. And
I see. I wish we could get it here. That's my only beef with.
I'll
the
bring
whole-
in a bottle for you guys for Utah.
You know what? We may have to Venmo you. You may have to bring a couple.
yeah, I'm on
Like
that
we
train.
may, you may have to bring.
I'm already bringing a bunch, dude. I can't be bringing like 2 gallons of whiskey in my truck.
Ah, come on now.
He's
Just
bringing
fill up
like
the truck
5
bed.
cases.
Right? Coming
Cops
off-
pull him over.
Yeah. They're right. They're like,
This is
"Are
for
you-
personal
What are
use.
you doing with all this?
You know what? Before you do that, though, let's make sure that Legent isn't sold in Park City. Because if you bring all that, and I could have just grabbed a bottle in Park
Well,
City,
it might be, to be honest. That's a little closer, so I wouldn't be surprised.
yeah.
um,
So we may just want to double check.
Can our
I'm
local
gonna
liquor
try to
store not get
bring.
it? No.
No, I asked.
My God.
I'm gonna bring Arrogant Bastard.
Oh, tell
Interesting.
Collin about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Arrogant Bastard, Stone Brewery, Stone over there. You guys have Stone, right?
You've had Stone. I know Dylan has,
Oh my god.
and I know
I'm a
what
Miller
Stone
Lite
is.
guy. Okay, come on.
All right. Okay. So Stone is a very popular brewery down here in San Diego, and it originated, I believe, right here in San Diego. But they have a IPA, kind of famous because it has the Arrogant Bastard on it. But they produced a whiskey, so they came out with a whiskey. Them and another company kind of collaborated and made a whiskey, and they just released a limited supply down here in the San Diego, kind of SoCal up into LA, and I think Santa Barbara is the farthest it went north, but only in this area. And so they only released it to like certain liquor stores in the area, and they only got like a limited 2 cases, I believe it was. So I was looking for it, and I ended up finding a bottle. Thank God. I actually got 2 bottles. So I ended up trying the 1 bottle. The other one I'm going to keep just to have
Sure.
for down the road. But yeah, I want to bring that out. It's a limited release. It's not going to come out anymore. They're not going to make it again. I think they're going to come out with a different kind of whiskey about 9 months from now.
Okay.
But it's super, like, it was sold out everywhere.
Oh, I bet.
It was gone like really quick. But I
trying
got
to find a bottle of Blanton's.
It's about it's $100 bottle. I keep
was
sipping
like-
it, trying to get some more.
I did the same thing. I'm like, I'll just get a little sip.
Like, damn it, it's empty.
The ice is melting, and I might get a little
All right.
more.
Yeah.
So all right, guys. So we scored it on. Let's go over this real quick. On neat, a 4.2, and old fashioned, we settled on a 4.5. So this is our score right now going into On the Rocks, and the final way we're going to review it tonight. Porch Swing is what the cocktail's called.
Signature drink.
So, and it's off of Woodford Reserve's website. So, hey, we're going to actually go we're going to go pour our drink on the rocks for Woodford Reserve Double Oaked.
Yep.
And we'll be right back, everybody.
Everyone, blue collar whiskey drinkers, we're back. We just poured our drinks on ice. So we got the Woodford Reserve Double Oak on ice now. So what do you guys think? Think
Well,
it's gonna be pretty good in the ice, or
With how good it was with the water droplets, I think it's going to be up there.
It was good, neat. It was better with the water droplets.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of my drinks being cold, so I think.
Yeah, same with me. I like my
Yeah.
drinks cold, but I've been gravitating more towards the neat, just because of the more flavors. But I still love my drinks on ice.
Yeah,
Sure. I mean, just sitting here. I mean,
it has
it
a great smell.
smells phenomenal.
Yeah, it does.
I'm taking a sip. Cheers.
Yeah.
Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Cheers, Cody.
Cheers.
Damn.
I feel like that really smooths out the harshness that we got on the neat.
Oh my god, it's too smooth.
That is,
It's a little too smooth.
that's something I would pour for friends. Well, I would pour it for you guys, but like somebody who,
His real friends. He would pour it for his real friends.
yeah, you everybody knows who their whiskey drinkers are and aren't.
What I noticed off the end of it, it's you get way more oak, charred oak at the end,
Yeah.
which is good. I didn't like the end as much as I liked it neat, actually. But I'm gonna try some more here.
Yeah.
It's
This
really smooth, really smooth,
for
almost too smooth, right, Robbie?
you said it, and I was gonna laugh, but you nailed it. It is almost too smooth.
I don't get as much as the fruit notes as I did neat.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Thank you. Thank
They're
you.
gone. They're gone a little bit.
However, the
You
smoothness
don't have
just
the smooth is phenomenal. You don't have the smell though. You don't have the smell of the chocolate anymore.
sure. You get a lot of oaky.
A lot of oak.
Yeah, it is very
Oak
oaky.
Oak is bumped up a lot more. Which, if you like your oaky whiskeys, then you would like it on the rocks a lot more.
Yeah.
I do have to say, I enjoy the fruit notes in my whiskeys, and I think neat. I did enjoy the fruit notes of this.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
However, the smoothness on the rocks is hard to beat. I mean,
Yeah.
it's so good.
It is smooth. It is real smooth.
Yeah, Cody, you just nailed it on the head whenever too smooth. Like it's smooth.
It's almost like I'm
It's-
not even drinking whiskey.
Exactly.
So that's a good
I'm-
thing, everybody. I mean, it's a good thing, but then it's like
No, it is. It's a dangerous thing.
devil's advocate.
It's a dangerous thing because I could sit here and drink this and not realize, oh shit, I put away like 3 or 4 of these. I'm gonna be fucked up here.
But then again, sometimes I like that whiskey. That little.
And
little
I will say
burn.
this: as you sip it, though, it's really getting better to me.
It's solid.
So I enjoy this one.
Yeah, it's good. Still got that nice color to it, even though we watered it down quite a bit with the ice.
Yeah.
Yeah. How long do you think ours was sitting? Maybe a minute and a half.
That wasn't too long.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't have mine too
Couple
long.
minutes.
When Collin got here, I ran down and made mine. That came up
Oh, okay.
because I
That
didn't
was
know when
sm-
you guys were going to be back. So
That was smart on your end.
Yeah, no, I was like, I'm not pouring this until they're up here.
So
We actually put our glasses in the freezer.
yeah, we threw our glass. So we threw the ice in, threw the glass in the freezer while we made our little
food,
snack.
Nice.
So, and I think that really helped because it gave the glass a nice cool feeling, created a little bit more condensation.
Yeah, especially to somebody who likes everything cold. I mean, just touching the cold glass, I think, has an
I
effect to
almost
it.
don't even drink. I don't even drink water unless it's cold.
Exactly. Yeah.
I mean, barely ever. I like my water cold.
It's definitely better cold.
My water bottle when I go to work is 75% ice.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, you definitely get a lot more of the oaky with the.
it's very oaky.
Yeah.
I enjoy it oaky, but
This reminds
know.
me of the Stone Arrogant Bastard I was talking about earlier. It's
really,
really oaky, but it's almost like it's more thick and oily.
Okay.
Of a whiskey. It was very almost creamy in a way. It was really weird. I had a weird experience with it. It was like my lips were like tingling when I would sip it. It was weird.
And I
Almost
don't know
like
if it's-
minty, maybe. Minty oaky. Like it was good. It was a little high on the oak, but
I don't know if it's because you said it earlier, but this kind of reminds me of Old Forester on the rocks.
Yeah.
Because Old Forester on the rocks is definitely way smoother than neat.
the 100 proof one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm honestly, for Old Forester, I'm excited to try like the 86 proof and all the other ones that they have.
the 1920 one. The
Yes.
1920. Ooh, that one's. I've heard good things about that one.
I'll tell you what, the smell as the ice has diluted the whiskey gets a little like whenever we first drank it neat,
Yeah.
it was very, very harsh. But as
Mhm.
the ice diluted it, it really starts to smell really good.
Yeah, it's real
me see.
sweet.
Doesn't burn the nostrils as much.
It's
It is a
interesting
very
how, like,
sweet smell now.
It's so different, like how the three water droplets make that chocolate come out. But then,
100%.
like, when it's in the ice, it's not this. It's different. It's like
It's very
Sure.
different.
It's like really sweet, more like fruity kind of. I guess you would say.
Oaky.
Maybe even vanilla kind of
Yeah.
with oak, which oak brings out vanilla. So in the barrels, so kind of makes sense there.
I don't know if the same experience. Goddamn, Risky or Robbie already.
Risky.
I'm
Risky.
done, man.
I gotta keep up with you guys. Been talking too much. I don't know if the same experience was for you guys, but when you first started drinking whiskey, so when you first start drinking whiskey, it just tastes like straight alcohol you're drinking.
Yeah, it was.
So I had a neighbor tell me if you sip on a shot glass of whiskey like a week, then that burn essentially starts to go away and you start to taste the notes of the whiskey. You do that for a period of time. I don't know if that's true or not.
I don't know.
Probably
We should
is.
try that.
No,
Yeah, we
that's
should
it.
try that.
That's what I did, and that's when I finally started to appreciate whiskeys. Was after you just pour a shot glass and you don't shoot it, you just sip it.
You
Yeah.
sip it, yeah.
And you might not like it at first, but you buy a bottle of whiskey that somebody recommends to you that's decent. You're not doing it on Jack Daniels or anything,
No.
or your grandpa's whiskey or whatever.
Yeah. Wild turkey.
But you do it on like a bottle of,
Wild turkey's
I don't know, Four Roses or something like that, and you just gradually ease your way into tasting the notes of it.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's kind of what could bring people into whiskey. And I feel like, starting on ice is what a lot of people do whenever they're getting into whiskeys. I know this smooths it out. It definitely takes away a lot of the harsh notes, but it's hard to beat neat whiskey whenever you can still taste the fruit
once
notes.
you know it's out there. That's why I still prefer to this day neat whiskey over on the rocks.
It depends on the whiskey, though.
No, yeah. But if I'm gonna go grab a whiskey, I know what I like, so I'm gonna be grabbing what I like.
Yeah, exactly.
And I know what's good neat.
Yeah.
So, that's why I always gravitate towards neat. It's not that I don't like on the rocks, but I appreciate the neat.
Who's starting off the review here?
So I did the
are.
first one, I
Okay.
think.
Yeah, I did the second.
Yeah, I think it's your turn, Cody.
All right. On ice, I'm going down to a 4.0. It was real smooth for me. I really like the smoothness was great. I wasn't overly impressed on the rocks.
Yeah.
I would rather have it neat for sure or old fashioned. Wait, like by far. But I mean, it's great. It's nice and smooth. Like I've said many times, a beginner whiskey drinker would like this on the rocks if they like oak, because it's got a lot of oaky notes and charred oak in there.
Yeah.
That come through on the ice, but it's real smooth. There's no burn. So that's my feel about it. 4.0 for me.
Yeah.
I think it's solid.
No, I had 4.0 before you even said anything. It's just not as good as neat.
The twins over here.
No, seriously, it's not as good as neat. I get a lot more flavor. everything about neat was way better, especially adding the water droplets.
Yeah.
Granted, honestly, the plus side to the rocks was the smoothness.
Sure.
Yeah.
It was very smooth. And you nailed it on the head again. It would be good for a beginner whiskey drinker. Hey, let me pour this on the rocks for you, kind of thing. Honestly, I would like to see Michaela and Emily. Well, McKinley. Emily would probably appreciate a little bit more, but Michaela, she would still probably be like, "No, this is terrible."
I think a little too oaky.
Really?
No. I mean, like if Michaela were to have it, I think oaky. If it
maybe,
had more like a, caramely. I don't know. She might like oak. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Honestly,
you might know.
Not when it comes to whiskey.
No,
I've tried everything. So
Kelsey tried it neat. She really enjoyed it with the water droplets more so. She thought it was really good. She loved the chocolate smell, and then she didn't try the old fashioned. I didn't make her one, but I will later on. So
I will say it was pretty incredible how much those 3 water droplets brought out that chocolate.
Right?
Yeah.
It's insane. And it did the same thing with Woodford. Same thing.
Nope. Woodford.
Old Forester, my bad.
Is it okay if I go ahead and rate mine?
Oh, go ahead. While I think about this with
No, we're gonna keep talking. No, go. Yeah, Collin.
All right, so neat. I had a 4.0, which I think was pretty solid. I enjoyed it a lot. The old fashioned, I rated as a 4.5, and then for on the rocks, I'm gonna go with a solid 4.2.
We flip
But a loose 4.2. I wish I enjoyed the smoothness of the whiskey on the rocks, but I wish I had more of the flavor of the neat.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of tied between 2 here.
Yeah.
I've enjoyed all 3.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed the flavors of the neat, but I've enjoyed the smoothness and the extra flavors you get with on the rocks. So I'm kind of stuck between a hard place here. So that's why I graded a little bit higher.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's solid, man.
No,
it's funny. We flip flop.
Yeah, we did.
You were 4.2 on neat, and you were 4.0. Now you're flip flop. That's cool.
And
no, yeah.
Giving it a 4.2, it's right there with us. I would say if we went overall on this, 4.1. But I'm gonna stick with my 4.0 and 4.2. I'm not gonna disagree with at all, because I could see where you're coming from on the smoothness. I do like the smoothness aspect on this whiskey.
If you get that smoothness with those fruit notes
that
we have with the
even the chocolate once we added the water droplets was,
I will say, if you guys
was
could have a
refreshing.
category with just the water droplets, I mean, that would be. But
I know.
I like
it's
you incorporate that with the neat, and I like that.
Yeah.
But those water droplets do so much.
Yeah.
They do.
But see, like everyone out there,
it's some whiskeys they don't. Like
no,
it did nothing in Hungary.
It did nothing. But it's like, we didn't start adding water droplets till what, a few episodes ago?
Yeah,
Teeling.
Two.
So
more than 2, I guess. Teeling was our 4th. 8. But we didn't have But here's the thing: we didn't have that many whiskeys because it's 4 whiskeys ago.
Yeah, but I'm just saying I'm curious about like the High West, the Legent, 1792, all these other whiskeys we didn't do that for. Now I'm kind of like, shit, I wonder how we would have rated those. Would have Legent scored higher? Would have been worse? I really want to go back on some of these now and add just the water droplets.
You know what we should just do, like a water droplet episode.
Yeah, we should.
Yeah, you could do like couple different whiskeys in one episode. That'd be
Oh,
pretty
yeah.
cool.
Yeah,
Do a good amount, like 4 at least.
easy.
Easy. 4, yeah.
So, and I just think, I wonder how many whiskeys we didn't score higher or even score less because of the water droplets. Because we had Old Granddad that just stayed mediocre, but we have this whiskey. To me, adding the water droplets improved it from a 4.0 to a 4.2 in my books.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah.
So even though those two scores aren't far off, it's just, it would have been a 4.0 if it wasn't for the water droplets.
It's just been the Double Oak so far has just been very, very
Yeah, I agree with
It's
that.
been solid all the way so far.
So,
Man, I'm excited to do this peach swing.
hey, you know what?
good. Peach swing.
We're at the
Is it
point.
Porch swing.
Porch
Porch
Peach-
swing. Yeah.
Porch swing.
We can start calling it the peach swing. It'd be the blue collar whiskey drinkers
Yeah.
modified
Yeah, the slang.
peach swing.
So let's go pour that. I'm actually excited to do peach tea with a whiskey on our podcast. So,
Yeah, dude.
do you have anything else on the different ways we've tried it so far?
No, I'm just really pumped in this whiskey. I'm excited that we had that we picked the Double Oak and that it's been scoring so high. It's
a very solid whiskey.
Yeah, it's a really solid whiskey, and
I think it's bold enough to say that it's a must try for anybody
No,
out there.
absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. I would. I'm going to recommend this next few weeks to people. Like, hey, if you haven't had the Woodford Reserve Double Oaked, you
But
need to
definitely
try it.
try all of Woodford's stuff
Oh, absolutely.
because they're just a great company.
They've got a bunch. They got the single malt. They got the weeded. They got
The rye.
All those 3 I haven't had. The only ones I've had now are these 2.
I think after this one, the only one I haven't had is the rye.
We
And
need
I
to
think
do the rye.
That's the next bottle I'll probably pick up just because, like, I hadn't had the Double Oak and I haven't been dissatisfied yet.
Yeah.
And we've had it 3 different ways. All right, welcome back, everybody. Here we are with our porch swing by Woodford Reserve.
Porch swing.
So we just got all 3 of us got our drinks poured. Cody's a little bit fancier than ours because he's got the garnish.
Yep.
Robbie and I don't have a garnish, but have the same ingredients inside.
Yep.
So, what are those ingredients? Do you know?
So we did, I don't remember the exact ingredient amounts, but we have honey, lemon juice, the Woodford, of course, and then peach tea.
So it's in that.
Half Woodford, ½ ounce honey. What else is there, Robbie?
3/4 of an ounce.
3/4 of a lemon juice.
Yeah. And then, just garnish.
And then a garnish. Well, 6 ounces of.
6 ounces of peach tea.
Yeah.
We did just Snapple peach tea, both of us.
Yeah.
But
cheers, guys.
Cheers. Final drink.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Final drink. I'm excited.
A lot of the lemon, a lot of the honey.
A lot of
I get.
Could use a little bit more of the whiskey flavor, but honestly, it's very refreshing.
I could go for a little bit more whiskey.
Yeah, you could probably 2 ounces.
I think 2 ounces would have been perfect for this. Unfortunately,
for the nostalgia of the drink, it's super refreshing.
No, it is refreshing. I think how's the garnish? The
garnish is good. You get a nice lemon smell, like right off the bat.
Honestly, I could drink this like water. This is something that's dangerous.
This is a good hot weather drink, like we were saying.
It is. It really is. I think, though, even in the hot weather, a little bit more whiskey would be perfect for me.
Yeah.
For me personally, I may even go up to almost 3 ounces just because I love the whiskey.
I mean, I don't even taste it at all, like at all.
No, I'm getting lemon
which is
and
kind of
honey.
cool. Like it's like Michaela would like this. Maybe.
I would drink this on the river.
Yeah, this is definitely a river drink.
Question.
Yeah.
how would you compare this to the tealing, tropical tealing drink that we made?
Oh, tropical tealing.
That was good.
Yeah,
I think that one was a little better.
it was.
If I'm gonna
But
say it right now, if I'm gonna say it right now, it was a little more refreshing.
it was.
Not necessarily
It-
better, but just more refreshing for summer.
It reminded me of those like gin lemonade
like
drinks.
ginonades?
Yeah, gimonades that you would make.
Mm.
It was very similar to that.
Got a nice summer drink I like to make. It's
Dude,
gin.
my mustache is like catching all the flavor. I keep like licking my lips and it's all like right in here, my
Yeah.
mustache. I wasn't licking just for
Collin talking.
Cody gets a couple drinks in him. He starts licking his lips.
I wasn't excited or anything. I was just my my leftovers on my mustache here.
Yeah, I don't have that problem.
So, yeah, this one, I would really like to see how it tastes with more whiskey. I almost hate that we're gonna review it here in a second with what it was, just because I think it could be better.
Yeah, that's what the recipe calls for. I mean,
It
obviously,
is.
obviously you could put more into it or not, but we're going off the recipe on the website. So
The simplicity of the drink itself, I think.
Yeah.
It's still very, very good.
yeah, it's very.
Oh, it is. It is very,
It
very
almost reminds me
refreshing.
of Arnold Palmer. To be
Oh,
honest.
yeah.
Yeah.
I would agree.
Yes. It again. It is like you said, refreshing.
But you
It's
still get the whiskey notes a little bit.
a little bit.
Very,
I would
very,
prefer more.
Very faint.
I would
but yeah,
prefer more. Like
But you got to think of the flavors that you're putting in this. Like the lemon and the honey are very strong
very
flavors.
strong. Yeah.
it is. So honestly, that's why I would almost want to double the whiskey at this point, or even right below double it. So anywhere from 2 ounces to 3 ounces, I think this drink would be perfect for me personally. Adding that more of a whiskey taste and all the notes that we got from the whiskey a little bit more. But the way it sits, and I know even adding whiskey, I think this would be just a refreshing drink in general. Like
Yeah.
you have lemon.
That's probably
It's-
why they kept the alcohol down on this.
Yeah.
one.
I mean, regardless of what, how much alcohol we put in it, I would still make this again the way
Yeah.
it is.
No,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, for sure. It's good.
I
would
think
rather
either
have
way it'd be
an
refreshing.
old-fashioned. Yeah.
Sure. But I
You know.
mean, for this, just for the show, I mean,
Oh
the,
yeah.
the different drinks that you could make with certain whiskeys. I mean, this is definitely something that I've never had before.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good.
And
It's awesome.
So I would be curious.
put a
How
frozen
long-
peach in there,
So they did suggest a garnish of a peach.
did they?
Yeah. So
it was either lemon or peach.
see, even this one, I think just adding a little bit more whiskey be perfect for me. I think this would just score that much more in my book.
I do really like the honey. And
I
how,
do.
how it works with the whiskey. Like you taste a little bit of the whiskey, and the honey just does something to my taste buds.
Yeah.
That
No,
I
that's
can't
what
really
I'm
describe
saying.
it.
The lime juice though, or I mean the lemon juice it's kind of strong.
It is.
That
And again, adding a slightly bit more whiskey.
yeah.
I don't know. Maybe even dialing back the lemon juice.
Maybe like
Sure.
instead of 3/4, maybe half ounce.
yeah,
Um,
just
but-
do
yeah. I
the
think it's-
same as the honey. So just do
Yeah.
half an ounce. I think that would probably maybe even fix this where we get a little bit of more of that whiskey. I think the lemon is just dominating right now.
Yeah.
And that's
Lemon
why
is-
that's why cocktails are fun. I mean, you can make them your own.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't make old fashions the way that
Oh, yeah.
most people don't. Or do.
Well, think about when we go out to eat, and I always order an old fashioned. It doesn't matter. I'm like, oh, let me try your old fashioned. I pick it apart. I'm the harshest critic. I'm like,
Oh yeah.
this is bullshit kind
yeah,
of thing.
I know.
But then there's some I'm like, okay, this is really good. I
Yeah.
could work with this.
They do like a
I'm the
shot
same
of
way,
whiskey
dude.
and a
When I
shot
get-
of sip of syrup.
When I get an old fashioned somewhere, I'm like,
Yeah.
You sons of bitches.
No, that's exactly how I
There's
feel.
some good ones. There's some good. I got some good locals that are, make a solid old fashioned. But there's some. I'm just like, God dang. Where did you go to bar school? Like,
Yeah, no, I've had a
Oh,
lot
just-
of those.
not dogging on them, but they just not making it right.
I also wonder because I never ask what whiskey they're using. I wonder
Yeah.
how much of it is the whiskey they use.
I usually choose my own. I usually don't let
Really?
them pick it, like, because they'll pick the house whiskey a lot of times. So
I guess that's true.
I kind of try to like pick my own if I can, to go in it. But
There's only been probably 2 or maybe 3 places I've gone to that was like, hey, what whiskey you want with it?
Yeah.
yeah, do you remember that place I took you to? It's called Harlow's. It was like down
Yeah.
the road.
Yeah.
God, man, they made some good old fashions. Remember that?
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure you could pick your whiskey there.
No, yeah, you chose your whiskey, whatever one you wanted.
And then they had the smoke old fashioned,
Yep, they had the smoked old one.
but I wasn't willing to pay the what was it, like
it was-
$8 more?
It was like, yeah, it was. I think it was $12 for the old fashioned normal, and then like, I think $20.
Yeah, it was $20 for the smoked.
Yeah,
I was like, fuck that.
I tried
have
to make that smoke
have,
old fashioned that one time.
I have a smoker for my old fashions.
Do you?
Yeah.
Well, see, I got the little butane torch now. We could probably really get after
Yeah.
some of these, wood chips. So
Yeah, you just
we
gotta
need to
cover
we
it.
need to try it again this year.
Just
I
build
agree.
build a thing to go over the glass, and have like a little thing where you can put your wood chips and then just
Yeah.
smoke it.
So what we tried last year was we had it on a stump, and then we tried to burn one of the chips outside, and then we put the mason jar over it. So
Yeah,
yeah,
whatever.
but hey,
A little chemically, but we survived.
very. But
Just an old 2x4.
Okay.
What are we thinking, guys? What are we rating this?
Collin, you get to go first on this.
Oh,
I haven't written down my score.
so I think it's a solid drink. The drink itself, no matter what my preferences could be on it, I think it's a solid 4.0. I think there are, I could
Yeah.
definitely use more whiskey, but the way that Woodford's giving it to us, I would score it highly just because I think it's refreshing. I would definitely make it again as it is.
Yes,
I wouldn't change a thing. Like if I was going to give this to somebody who hadn't had it before, I would make it just like that. Now, if I were making it for one of you two, I would add more whiskey. But the way it is, I think it's great. 4.0.
Okay. I agree with the 4.0 score. It is solid all the way around.
That's what I wrote
It
down.
just needs to be tweaked for me personally. And I know it sounds like we're picking this drink apart, but it's very refreshing.
I would make a bunch of it and take it to the river and just
Honestly,
drink on it all
making
day.
a bunch of this
Oh,
and
man.
putting it, like, say, in the freezer overnight,
Mm.
I think it'd be so good the next morning, having that slight slush to it. You wouldn't even need to add ice.
Mm.
And
Yeah.
then you get to, go out to the river, say, put them in the freezer, take them out, throw them in the cooler, and then you have these nice little drinks on the river or beach or wherever you're at.
Ooh, on the beach.
Yeah,
Nice.
it would be so good.
So 4.0 is what you rated?
Yeah.
Same here, bro. I thought, I really enjoyed it. I feel like the lemon's a little much. I would probably tone the lemon down a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, for a summer drink, this would be nice. Like the drink says, porch swing. I mean, I could see myself sitting on the porch drinking this. I might
Perfect at the Blackstone.
Like Robbie said, I might add a little bit more whiskey, maybe that 2 ounce, maybe 2.5. But I still enjoy this.
Yeah.
it's a solid drink, and you could fine tune it to your likings, and it would be, you can make it even better. So
Yeah.
I think the recipe on the website is good, and you can fidget a little bit and make it to what you like.
Yeah, just tweak it a little bit. And Cody and I were talking about this before about sweet or unsweet. I think the tea that we picked is perfect. I think it just needs to be tweaked on the whiskey and the lemon. I think maybe lemon dialed back or the whiskey added a little bit more, because this is a very, very refreshing drink. And
Yeah,
which tea did you guys get?
Huh?
Which tea did you guys get?
It was a Snapple peach tea.
Okay.
Tea, but it was like all natural.
Yeah.
I like this drink overall 4.0. Like we're all like freaking cohesive on this.
Yeah, we are.
4.
This one is
That's literally 4 was my first thought. Boom. And Collin said it, and then Robbie, and I was like, we're all in alignment here. So I already added up the scores, Robbie.
okay. I was gonna ask you that.
It's a 4.2 overall if we add up all the scores.
Okay.
So that's a high rating overall for all these drinks.
It is.
It is.
This whiskey I would definitely buy again, even at my price point.
Yeah.
$54.99. I would buy it again, guys.
I'm super lucky because I get it for
Yeah.
40. So I'm like, for this price, I'm like,
40.
really big thumbs up, you guys. So
I'm surprised you're not like at a 4.4 with your price.
well, for the price, I mean, I really am in my mind. Like
yeah.
But overall, we're at
I got you.
For the price, everybody, if you're in California, if you can get it for the 40, it's not 40 everywhere. So I got it at Total Wine and More, and they're usually pretty reasonable in their prices. I think the other average I saw around my other liquor stores was about 45, 47. So I got a little bit cheaper than some places. And so I would buy this for 54.
Yeah.
It's a damn good whiskey.
All right, gentlemen. So how do we feel? We feel 4.2 solid, huh?
Yeah, I think 4.2.
Yeah.
Collin?
I'd agree with that.
Yeah. That's
Okay.
That's what it is if you add it up and divide it by 4. So yeah. I like this Woodford, a double oak.
I enjoy it quite a bit. I can't wait to do more Woodford, but at the same time, I think we need to have Collin on for Woodford. So expect more of Collin for sure.
Let's maybe hint at maybe the rye next time.
Okay, I've been down for some rye.
I'll push the rye. Yeah. He may say like, "Hey, let's just do Woodford." I'm like, "Oh, you said rye."
They also have like a new one out right now. I forget the name of it, but it's got like the horses on it. It's got like a label with like.
I have not seen that.
Yeah, it's a new one. So maybe we'll look at that too.
Okay. Yeah. No. The rye would be good.
All right.
So, but yeah.
Are you guys good? Anything else?
I'm good.
Satisfied.
Collin,
thanks for having me on.
You want to tell another dad joke?
I have more dad jokes. One per episode for everybody out
there. One per episode.
Well, freaking A, man, Collin, it was awesome to have you on the show, man. I was
yeah, it was. Thank you for coming on.
Yeah, man.
He unplugged his headset.
Look, what a rookie move.
There we go. We're good. Just cut that out.
Anyways.
No, we're leaving that in.
Collin, I was super stoked to have you on the show. I was excited, and it's been a great episode, man, with you on here. So
no, I agree. Thank you for coming on. First guest here in Arkansas. So pretty excited about that, man.
Yeah, it was fun. Thanks for having me on. Look forward to it again. Just always remember, if you ain't first, you're last.
That's right.
All right. Good night, everybody. Thank you for tuning in.
Good night, everyone. Bye bye.